Welcome to the channel, it's Curtis Selby's time. Breaking down the stories, every view will unwind. From left to right, we'll see the light. It's balance, we're chasing, no fighters fight. Curtis Selby, talking straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby, keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. Insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby, keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The convo's unique. Curtis Selby, talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby, keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby. The combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
Hello everybody, I'm testing, let me know how the sound is. It is I, Curtis Selby, your retired midnight blogger, blogging in this case at 1:03 p.m. And because I have identity crises problems, I'm also your voice of Northern Oklahoma. Taking a shot of coffee there. Nothing else in it, I promise, other than like some creamer, stuff like that. Let's say hello to the chat and then we'll dive into today's topic, which I picked 2 minutes before the stream. Phones are now illegal in school in Oklahoma. Is this good? Is this bad? Doesn't even matter. And let's say hello to everyone in the chat before we dive into the topic. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Thank you for being here with that cigar and that really cool hat. I need one of those. Indeed, Gorillas, I realized I haven't used any of those cool thumbnails you designed, so I'm going to start using them. I do have a poll up, and Gorillas wants to know, where is the asteroid option? The poll, because I just can't seem to stop being political in spite of my knowledge that it would be better to do so. What do you consider yourself? Liberal, conservative, Democrat, or I voted for Kanye? And Charlotte the Night Star the Werewolf. Oh! She's an independent. She can't vote in the poll. I'm so sorry. I should have put that in there. I can't figure out how to do more than 4, and I want 2 crazy instances. Charlotte says, I think it's good for phones to be banned for students, but not for teachers. You and your crazy logical thinking. It's good. It's good stuff, Charlotte. All right, let's stop the music. The music is stopped. Silence falls. What kind of wackiness will come out of my mouth today? Well, let's share the screen. Phones are now illegal in Oklahoma. Can you believe it? Here we go. According to the Oklahoma Voice, no, I'm the Oklahoma Voice. And they probably have more viewers. Anyway, Oklahoma governor signs mandatory 1 year cell phone school ban into law. Bill also limiting virtual school days earns the governor's signatures. Let's remember we cannot earn enough money to actually take care of ourselves, but bills can earn signatures. Here's our lovely Governor Stitt, going to try to be centrist about him, right in the middle of a bunch of students that are looking on with looks of, hey, look, there's a governor in our room. What's he doing here? All right. This would have been, I don't know if you can see the cursor, but this kid right here has just got his nose right in the book and he's ignoring all the girls around him. That would have been me in high school. All right. Here we have Kevin Stitt visiting a chemistry classroom in Jenks on November 13. So this is old news as far as the picture, anyway. Visiting schools with the cell phone restrictions. He signed the bill into law Monday to implement a year-long cell phone ban in all Oklahoma public schools. So we are joining 11 other states that have implemented similar statewide restrictions. Some school districts in the state enforce similar policies already. Stitt signed Senate Bill 139 to implement the bell-to-bell ban. For the 2025-26 school year, the restriction becomes optional for districts in the 2026-2027 school year and thereafter. While the year-long ban is in place, each district school board must adopt a policy restricting students from using cell phones, laptops, tablets, smart watches, smart headphones, smart glasses, and Ouija boards from the first bell ringing in the instructional day until final dismissal. I could be mistaken about the Ouija board part. The policy must outline disciplinary procedures for enforcing the rule, because as I found out during my divorce, if there are no disciplinary procedures to enforce the rule, it ain't no damn rule at all. All righty. Let's take a look real quick at the chat and see what y'all are saying. Yep, Gorillas, he knows the drill. Stitt did a 30-second photo op and left again. Right on. Charlotte is saying, hello, she is laughing. She's laughing at me. Wah. Curtis was a hottie for all the ladies back in the days and still is now. You are so kind, but you also have bad eyesight. Anyway, I'm not Batman, although I wish I was. And hello. Hail and well met, D. Penzak. Good to see you here. We're yapping about Oklahoma banning cell phones, I believe, for students. I think it would be wacko crazy if we ban teachers as well, but you never know what we're going to do here in Oklahoma. Here we have Governor Kevin Stitt at the Bixby Public Schools. Superintendent Rob Miller is over here listening during a November 13 round table discussion, because it can never be a square table. Anyway, a discussion with students about a cell phone ban at the Bixby 9th grade center. Evidently, he spent a lot of time in Tulsa discussing this stuff. Tulsa has it coming. Anyway, school issued or school approved devices used for classroom instruction are still allowed under the law. That's good. It would be kind of pointless to hand out laptops to your students and then say, yep, you can't use them. Ha ha. Districts could permit cell phone use for emergencies and for students who need it to monitor health issues. So there you go. Stitt previously urged public schools to find cost neutral ways to make classrooms cell phone free, to reverse a worrying trend of distraction, bullying, and learning difficulties. We're seeing classrooms across the country struggle with the influx of cell phone use by students, Stitt said in a statement Tuesday. That's why I issued my cell phone free school challenge in the fall. We want kids to be focused and present while they're with their teachers. And this legislation helps promote an environment conducive to learning. This is reminding me of the classic Weird Al song, "We all have cell phones. So come on, let's get real." Before the 2025 legislative session began, state lawmakers met with mental health researchers who warned that state lawmakers are all very mental. Oh no, I misread that part. I'm sorry. They warned about the negative effect and addictive impact of digital media on the youth. They also spoke with Oklahoma educators who said their schools saw better student behavior after banning cell phones. Meanwhile, Stitt visited schools that already have these restrictions in place, where students and educators spoke favorably about their school rules. And of course, the students were in no way, bullied into saying we would like rules to stop cell phone use because otherwise I will have detention for the next 5 years. Among the nation's largest teachers union, wow, they really shifted gears there. 90% of members said they support cell phone restrictions during class time, and 83% favored prohibiting cell phone and personal device usage for the entire school day, according to a National Education Association survey. Okay. Wow, that was really badly written. Um, and yet I can't get a job with the media. Anyway, U.S. adults reported broad support for classroom cell phone restrictions in middle and high schools, but only a third of American adults said they support extending these bans for the whole school day. The Pew Pew Research Center found support for the bill wasn't overwhelming among Oklahoma lawmakers either. The state Senate passed the bill with a 30 to 15 vote. The House approved it 51 to 39. The House also passed a similar school cell phone ban, House Bill 1276, that would allow districts to opt out of the policy. The bill allows no such option until after a year. So evidently the Senate didn't pass the House bill. Whatever. Hey, here we have this pretty lady here, Senator Ali Seafried, not to be confused with Siegfried, Republican from Claremore, wrote Senate Bill 138 to implement a mandatory year-long ban on cell phones in schools. So there it is. We have the author, we have the governor, we now have the usual suspects. Anyway, this will allow teachers to focus entirely on educating our kids while students can concentrate on learning as much as possible. An author of both bills, Senator Ali Seafried, said, "After 2 years of hard work on this issue, I'm thrilled to see this legislation become law, and I'm confident students, parents, and teachers will see immediate benefits once the new school year begins. Also, this is a great lesson to the youth. If you are a pretty young female, you can probably get bills passed. If you're an ugly old man, forget about it." House Bill 1276 is unlikely to advance in the Senate now that the Senate Bill 139 has the governor's signature, Seafried said. The bill's House author, Representative Chad Caldwell, wow, they're contradicting themselves here. Who's the author? Who's the author? I'm going crazy. I need to know who the author is. Anyway, Republican out of Enid called the measure a try it before you buy it type of policy. Yeah, fair enough. I appreciate Governor Stitt signing Senate Bill 139 to remove the distractions of cell phones from our schools and give our kids their childhood back, Caldwell said Tuesday, because taking away cell phones during school is all we need to do to give our children their childhoods back. We don't need to stop any of the abuses. We don't need to stop all the poverty. Uh, just take away their cell phones, and their childhoods will be as truly Munchausen as they were in my day. The governor on Monday also signed into law a restriction on virtual school days. I guess we have virtual school now. It's like you go into the Matrix and fight with that guy with Elrond, and that's your school day. Wow, maybe school is better than it was in my time. Anyway, Senate Bill 758 will limit districts to using a maximum of 2 online instruction days per school year. Kids learn best in classroom, said Senator Kristen Thompson, Republican of Edmond, who wrote the bill. Virtual days have their place in emergencies, but we've seen them become a go to solution in some districts, and that's not fair to students or families. This bill strikes the right balance by preserving flexibility without compromising the quality of education. The joke I want to say is probably not appropriate, so I'll just keep it to myself. All right, let's see what Charlotte's saying here. I've seen your photo, Curtis. You're a handsome chap. You're too humble. Well, you're a lovely lady, so there. Ha, take that. D. Pensac says, hold on a sec. Is there any talk about the people who put the phones in the kids' hands to begin with? The parents? Uh, why would we talk about the parents? Parents don't matter, silly D. Pensac. All that matters is schools. Because you see, you have to understand, parents may not be indoctrinating the children with the right ideology. On that note, let's check the poll. Do, 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 do. Oh, wow. Why did my computer do that? That was weird. The poll, we have 50% saying that they are conservative, 50% are saying they're Democrat. So there we go. Back to the chat. Hello, Real Wade, Nation Gaming Clips. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. And another wonderful human being here, Matt Cheatwood. Howdy, howdy. I hope you and yours are doing well. Thank you for coming on here and listening to me rail about cell phones in schools. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Our virtual school days are for when we get 2 feet of snow and can't see past the hood ornament. Say the joke. Fine, fine. Well, they are doing a disservice to parents who really need to drop their kids off at school so they at least have a small chance in the day of getting it on with each other. So, anyway, Matt Cheatwood, you're actually totally right. Should have put libertarian as an option on the poll. If I'd been thinking about doing it seriously, I would have probably put Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, or I don't know, socialist, or Elon Musk's new party, which I probably need to look into. So that is the news for this part of the day. We've passed a bill saying that other than emergencies and health monitoring, cell phones of students, not teachers, which is actually smart because I think it would be silly to ban cell phones from teachers. Although, who knows? Maybe that's smart too. I don't know nothing anymore. Students will have a year where we will test and see if this helps students' grades go up, students concentrate more, students looking up less bad stuff on their phones when they should be studying. I don't think I would have made it if I'd have been a kid in this time. So let me do a paid advertisement. We will go to Facebook. We will go to Facebook. Oh, hopefully nothing embarrassing shows up. Hey, it showed right up. Wow. For a change, I planned on doing something and it actually came out the way it should. Tonkawa General Hardware. Look at all these tools. I can feel my testosterone rise just looking at these tools. So, yes, if you're anywhere near Tonkawa and you need a tool or a hardware thingy or a manly thingy, come check out Tonkawa General Hardware. Look at all these people. And like they've got friends in the community. There's like people here who will cut your hair. They take ugly people like me and make them look handsome like this person, but I'm not really paid to advertise for the barbers. I'm paid to advertise for Tonkawa General Hardware. They've got tools, they've got sprays for your bugs, they've got spiffy pipe thingy things that real men would know what are. They've got neat lights, although I think they've sold a lot of these lights. I bought one of their flashlights because it was cool and I've actually needed it. Nobody's rated them yet. I think I need to rate them. I can't rate them. Man, Facebook sucks sometimes. Anyway, you can find these wonderful people at their post. No. You can call them at 580. Come on. Come on. You know you want to show me the number. Come on. It doesn't want to show me the number. Wow. Oh, there it goes. 580-370-9306. Call them now. Bug Kyle while he's busy at work and to let him know Tired Blogger sent you. Does he have a can of Prince Albert in a can? And if so, can you let him out? And you can arrive there and physically shop their great inventory of tools at 119 East Grand Avenue in luxurious Tonkawa, Oklahoma. That's 119 East Grand Avenue, Tonkawa, Oklahoma. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and you will get free popcorn. Okay. Now that I've insulted the people who try to help me pay my bills, let's go back to the chat. Gorillas is rooting for Asteroid 2026. Matt Cheatwood, I'll try to refrain from saying things that get you demonetized. God bless you, sir. You are very kind. Yes, Matt Cheatwood just realized it's demonetized. Yes, yes. And D. Penzak is very enthused to see tools. Tools, tools, tools. D. Penzak loves old mom and pop hardware stores. I got to tell you, to me, it's a lot more fun than going into these great big box stores. Don't get me wrong, box stores have their place, but it's also just fun to be able to walk 30 or 40 feet and what you're looking for is right there. Oh, there we go. See, somebody with actual testosterone is telling me what those things are. They're hydraulic pressure hoses. See, this is why I have a community to make up for my lack of stuff. Gorillas, random thoughts. Do they have refrigerator door gaskets? Ooh, I don't know. They have a lot of stuff. I know they've got hot water heaters. I want to say I can't remember the gallon stuff, but their price is somewhere around 800 for a smaller one. And anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Funny you should mention that, Gorillas, Seth D. Penzak. I'm in the market for one of those as well. Gorillas responds to Matt, if they haven't demonetized me, they won't for Curtis. I am demonetized. He also says to D. Penzak, might have to go to Amazon. They had one for $35. Here's my stream elements that I evidently just refuse to work on. I believe, no, it's actually bigger than that one, I think. Gorilla's Random Thoughts, 250. Well, no, it's not. It's not bigger than 250 gallon. No, 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 no. I first read 25 gallons and then realized there was a zero at the end. You're seeing why I don't run a hardware store. All right, so let's see if there's any other spiffy stories going on. I'm actually running on Rumble, I think. Ha 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 ha, Rumble. You failed to stop me this time. But I got to keep Facebook up because I want to advertise for Gary here in a little bit. News from northern Oklahoma. Well, that does really look like something that would here we go. Let's go to Tonkawa News. I wonder if it will make me go to a paywall. I bet it will. But maybe if I'm quick, I can share it. Here we go. The Tonkawa News. That's right. They actually have a newspaper. The news that I was wanting to look at, though, has disappeared because, why should I read it? All right. You know what? What the heck? We'll go with the boring thing instead of the cool thing I was going to read. Tonkawa Library kicks off summer reading program only with your tired blogger. Can you get all of this important news? The Tonkawa Library is mixing it up this year with their Color Our World summer reading program. For this year's program, different craft projects will be held for different age ranges in the facility. By reading books and keeping a log over the summer, children in the program can earn brag tags, which kind of sounds dirty. Anyway, and enter a drawing for a $50 gift certificate to Brace Books and More. Woot woot. I would have so been all over that as a kid. Those who participate in the 2025 Summer Reading Challenge will receive a reading log from the library in their first program of the summer for their age groups. Program can be tracked by each reader's recording in their reading log. For every 10 books read between July 1st and July 26th, the reader will receive a brag tag, pick a prize from the treasure chest, and display their tags on the brag board. The goal is to collect all 10 brag tags throughout the reading challenge for ages up to 3 years old. What? Oh, I skipped something, I think. No, I don't know. Anyway, for ages up to 3 years old, we'll have the opportunity to dance, play, and read aloud. This is not well written. Anyway, on July 9, the mosaic art is on the agenda where they will use mosaic tiles to create a unique design that will later be. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Oh my. Oh my. This is why I shouldn't be on the news. July 16th set for the squeegee art. Well, they will use paint and experiment with colors. See, only on your tired blogger will you hear the word squeegee mentioned. And then finally on July 23, they will be making color changing slime art. They will make heat sensitive color changing slime that can be turned into a sun catcher. For ages 9 through 12, the program will continue on through July 11, which is already passed. So this is old news. The new news is what I was wanting to share. I guess you probably have to go on a paywall or something to get the good stuff. All right, let's go back to the chat. Now that I've butchered that, most household water heaters are 30 to 50 gallons. I want to say it was a 30 or 50 gallon that they're selling for $800. I think somewhere around there. Gorillas, Matt, they hold more than that. Some do, yeah. Matt, I not that I know much, but I'm agreeing with Matt on this one. Some do, but most don't. I know my dad put a really high gallon water tank in our trailer, but I can't remember how many gallons. Typical residential water heaters range from 30 to 80. I want to say Dad put in either a 50 or 80 gallon. I can't remember. Most common for standard households are 40 to 50 gallon tanks. You should be impressed. I actually knew this as well, but anyway. Depenzak squeegee, an underused word. And I remember Mystery Science Theater Oh, my old nemesis, the squeegee. Anyway, gorillas, the animals are evacuating from around Yellowstone. Ooh, that may not be good. And gorillas saying, "Fine, I'll prove y'all wrong and check mine." Hey, I've been proven wrong so many times. I'm kind of have grown to like it. Zathras has grown to like being proven wrong. All righty. Let's move on to our next paid advertiser. This will be Gary. Yeah, I know y'all are like, get new advertisers. I'm working on it slowly, painfully, very painfully. Canada's canines at Whiskey Flats. Look at those dogs. They breed Great Danes and Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. The puppies come with AKC regs and vet records. They're the scruffiest little beautiful puppies that you'll ever see. Here on July 18, they posted, "Blessed is the person who has earned the love of a King Charles Spaniel." And whoever they shared the post from is a hot Indian lady from New Mexico. So, hey, okay. And you got spaniels, spaniels, more spaniels, 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 spaniels. Where's the one with their tails wagging? And here's Blue. There's Hamish with a spaniel on his lap. Dogs don't really have laps. Anyway, and here's the one I wanted to show. I got to show the one with the dogs with the waggy tails because everybody loves wagging tails dogs. This is not a breeder meal. This is a family that loves their dogs. They vet the people that they sell to. I don't know, what they charge because I'm a big dork, but you're going to get an addition to your family, not just some mutt from a puppy mill. And you can reach them at you can call them at 580-628-1674. That number again, 580-628-1674. Or tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and Gary will actually know what the heck you're talking about. I don't have any idea if he's got anything else for you, but he'll know what you're talking about. And you can also reach them by email at Sonia Kennedy, which is not to be confused with Red Sonia, although I'm sure Gary would love to see his wife in a Red Sonia outfit. Yeah, I said it. That's Sonia Kennedy, SonyaAcanady. It's like Canada with a Y. Sonia Kennedy at yahoo.com. That email address again, Sonia Kennedy at yahoo.com. And obviously, you can reach them here on Facebook as well. Kennedy's Canines at Whiskey Flats, proving that they have a better business model than I do. But then again, who doesn't? All right, Matt Cheatwood, let's see what he says. If the Yellowstone Super Caldera goes off, we're all cooked, pun intended. Gorilla says, like I said, water heaters hold around 40 gallons. See, I was right. Okay. Matt Cheatwood, of course you were at Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Never doubted you for a minute. Gorilla says, seriously, I thought the average water heater was 250 gallons. No, I maybe such a thing exists. I wouldn't doubt if such a thing exists, but I don't think many residences are going to have a 250 gallon water heater. I could be wrong. Have been before. Will be again. And we have another wonderful person showing up here. Sci-Fi Sith Dan. Hello. And John Ponterero. They call him John Ponterero. They sing with John Ponterero. Howdy. Another wonderful human being, probably just getting off of church, which is probably where I should have been, but I was lazy and just listened to a few minutes of it online. So there it is. Gorillas need some pineapple vodka. I want to put it in the ham. Ooh, that does sound really good. I'm going to plead the fifth about alcohol, but I got to tell you, a lot of different things are good with whiskey or vodka cooked into them. The alcohol is pretty much cooked out. You're not going to get drunk on it. It just makes it taste good. Sci-fi sit down. I consider myself moderate on social issues, but economic issues, I'm more conservative. You could call me a classical liberal, not a liberal. That term has been hijacked. The leanings right on some issues, and I absolutely agree with your analysis on this. I know I'm trying to be less political, which is why I put up a political poll. Yeah, go figure. But I do. I have a lot of respect for the classical liberals. They're they're being pretty much ignored by the so-called liberals of our time. John Ponderero, howdy over here. Sci-fi meant moderately liberal on social issues. Matt Cheatwood is responding with sci-fi sit down. That is how I used to describe myself. Now I guess I'm an anarcho-capitalist, and let's just say I do intensely respect the anarcho-capitalist system, at least as it's put forth by the more intelligent people like yourself. Gorilla's random thoughts. That takes half the fun out of it. Right on. Okay, let's look this up. So the animals are leaving. I know it's not northern Oklahoma news, but it's news that matters to the community. Animals are leaving. Um, help an old man out. The place, that place, the place with the place, and what was the comment? I'm thinking Old Faithful, but hold on a sec. We all have cell phones. So come on, let's get real. 250 gallon, 250 gallon, squeegee. Yellowstone. That's the word I was trying to think of. Animals are leaving Yellowstone. Okay. No, I don't want to use that tab. My computer's been doing weird stuff lately, and I promise I'm not looking up prone. All right. Animals are leaving Yellowstone. Maybe they just want to find a cheaper place to live. Are animals fleeing? Cassandra Brooklyn, ABC News. Let's try this one. This is the most recent. And we shall share the article. Maybe. StreamYard. Come on, StreamYard. Yoo-hoo. Nice StreamYard. Good StreamYard. I don't want an extra camera. I want to share the screen. And animals are leaving. Darn it. The silence. I can't stand the silence. Share screen, share screen. Viral video shows animals fleeing Yellowstone after an explosion. But is it real? Social media influencers, like I guess this Cassandra Brooklyn person, are in the spotlight, but she's saying she's trying to be centrist on it after promoting Yellowstone eruption-induced evacuation hoax. Bears and other wildlife are being rumored to be mass exiting Yellowstone, but the claims are false. I wonder about this. I mean, this is just what I clicked on, so forgive me if this is a full of crap. Yellowstone, the park, not the TV show, is in the news once again. This time, it's not because it's one of the most beautiful national parks in the country or because of the recent explosion that caused the new crater spring. It's in the news because of viral videos supposedly showing animals fleeing the park. Over the past week, a flurry of misinformation, which sadly, just because she used that word, it makes me believe that maybe the animals are fleeing the park. Anyway, it swept across social media, sparked by a series of viral videos claiming the wildlife is fleeing Yellowstone National Park en masse. At the center of the frenzy is Scott Whitehead. You know, with a name like that, he's got to be a liar. Scott Whitehead, a self described animal expert who insists that grizzly bears, oh, yes, he says grizzle, have had enough and are hitting the road alongside countless other species in a supposed mass exodus that has baffled scientists. And here's Nunchuck US Dragon. All right, with this weird furry microphone that doesn't disturb me even a little bit. All the grizzly bears started leaving Yellowstone National Park this morning. It is baffling scientists. Hashtag bear, hashtag grizzly bears, hashtag FYP. One of Whitehead's videos, which inaccurately depicts a parade of bears leaving the park, quickly racked up millions of views. Are the animals actually leaving Yellowstone Park? Here's the truth. The footage is neither recent nor from Yellowstone. According to Snopes, which never lies, the bear video is filmed at Bear Country, USA, a drive-through wildlife park in South Dakota that features black bears, not grizzlies, as Whitehead claimed, alongside wolves, bison, and other species. Further complicating matters, some of the more sensational follow-up images appear to be AI-generated hoaxes, because nobody on either side ever uses those. Just days before the bear saga, Whitehead also posted a video claiming that mountain lions were migrating from Yellowstone to Utah, except the cougar in question was filmed in Patagonia. How the heck does she know? Anyway, according to ABC News reporting, Linda Veras, a spokesperson for the National Park Service, dismissed the bear claims as false and likely satirical, suspecting that AI played a role in their creation. Wildlife is not leaving Yellowstone National Park in large numbers, she confirmed. The rumor is false. And these are some of the same people that told you. Anyway, you can fill in the blanks. The U.S. Geological Survey backed her up, reporting normal volcanic activity levels across the park. Bill Hamilton, a wildlife biologist at Washington and Lee University, was equally skeptical. He noted that bears rarely gather in large groups unless there's an immediate abundant food source, which clearly was the case here. While it's true that Yellowstone's wildlife isn't fenced in and often moves in and out of the park based on seasonal food availability, mass summer migrations are uncommon. This kind of that's why it would be news if it's true. Anyway, this kind of misinformation might seem entertaining, Hamilton added, but it fuels harmful misconceptions about how animals actually behave, because it really would have harmed the bears if I had believed the story that they were migrating from Yellowstone. I suppose there would have been a mass extinction of bears because Curtis Selby believed the story. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat now that I'm depressed. I am looking. Okay, so Yellowstone Super Caldera goes off. We're all cooked. Gorilla needs pineapple vodka. Here we go. John Ponterero. Here's where I left off on the chat. I'm pretty liberal as far as salt goes, Matt Cheatwood, if the government has a minimum amount of power, it can cause a minimum of harm. Agreed. Gorillas, if Yellowstone blows, then it will affect northern Oklahoma. You are correct. It will indeed. Matt Cheatwood, I think we are in the heavy ashfall region. Yes, I believe that to be so. John Ponterera, how have you been? People asking each other how they're doing. Matt says he has been busy on the farm with the critters. They processed their first hog last week. Congratulations, Matt, and sorry for you, hog. All right, people saying hello. Matt says, oh, and we've got 3 new dogs. Right on. John, and I agree with him on this one. Sounds like good, kind of busy. Gorilla says automatic BS when using the term misinformation. Yes, I'm afraid that I have very little faith in what I've just read just because they use that word. It may all be true, but I cannot respect anyone that uses that term anymore. I just can't. I'm sorry. Um, I'm sure I've got friends that are like, Curtis, that's unreasonable. Maybe it is. Matt Chewa, just over a month old. Coon piglets, 4 boars and 3 sows. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. And I'm trying to click on the next chat. Here it is. Gorillas, you should star the last chat you read. Yes, that would actually be smart. Here, there, it's starred. And before I start winding things down, I want to remind everybody, because I didn't mention it, because that would have been smart. Why would I do something like that? That I have a super chat goal. And if I get the super chat goal, I will do a Q&A, although I have no idea how to run one of those because I have not run one of those ever. Top chat, 3:34 minutes going. The goal ends in 3 minutes and 27 seconds. So it can be any amount. Just send me 5 super chats and we'll do a Q&A session. I should have brought it up before. Sorry, still new to this monetization thing. And if we don't hit it, it's not the end of the world. I'll end with maybe 1 or 2 things that I found on YouTube, on Twitter, but not necessarily, political or partisan. Right now, the poll is standing at 50% voted for Kanye. So 3 of you voted for Kanye, or at least want to misinform me that way. 2 of you say that you are conservative, and 1 person says they are Democrat. So very good. Very, very good. Let's see what else is going on. What is a coon piglet? Matt will inform us. They are a breed of pig from New Zealand. They're different from standard hogs in that they eat grass like sheep do. Очень интересно. They are also much smaller than standard hogs and friendly. Gorillas Mystery Movie Night tonight. Hint, it's a biography of the early life of someone Trump is feuding with. Very interesting. Please drop the link in the chat if you'd like, and or let us know what the time is so that I can be there to do my crazy ratings. All right. So I don't think that goal is going to be met in 1 minute and 36 seconds. My bad. I should have brought it up at the very beginning, and I should have kept bringing it up. But, lessons learned. Vote Kanye. And you too can listen to his songs that cannot be repeated on YouTube. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but coons make good pets, and they're also delicious. John Ponerero is asking, is it Rosie O'Donnell? Are you referring to Matt's comment or Gorilla's comment? I suppose either are equally apropos. All right, let's look at pointless things that Curtis has found on Twitter. But I don't think they'll be partisan, and I've got to be very careful. So I'm not going to share just yet because even though I don't usually, sometimes I bookmark some things that are likely not safe for YouTube uh, YouTube stuff. So here we go. Let's go to. We'll go down to this and just share a few things. Alrighty. I also have some other things bookmarked, but I don't have time. I want to keep this maybe not under an hour, but I don't want to go much over an hour. Oh, my computer. It does some things that make me so sad. All right. Nope. That's YouTube. And StreamYard. That's where I want to be. StreamYard and share. Twitter. Come on, Twitter. Come on. I want to check Twitter. Here we go. California Patriot. I guess this is kind of partisan. Trump could rescue a drowning child from the ocean, and Democrats would accuse him of starving the sharks. Dad Man Walking, our good friend Dad Man Walking, has shared Executive Order 66, Commander, at Popeyes. Order 66 will be ready soon. This is a little bit of old news, but 100 private jets flew to Jeff Bezos' wedding. Don't forget to recycle. Turn off the lights when you leave the room. Rules for you, but not for me. This is a new kind of therapy. I won't play the sound, but basically you lie down, you put on glasses that impede the light, and let puppies just wander around and wag their tails and give you kisses. I personally think that's brilliant. I think I may just buy a bunch of Canada's puppies and charge people $100 an hour for puppy therapy. So, Dad Man Walking mentioned the surrender of Vicksburg on July 4, 1863. Well, here are a few photos from 2023 when we were there. Red markers signify Confederate position and information. So here we are, Confederate, Union, and I like statues. Statues are cool. Texas, let's tear that statue down. We don't want our history being reported. We also don't want to admit that both sides had brave and good people, even though you can pick a side if you want, because I do myself. Gorilla's Random Thoughts shared this one. You may test that assumption at your convenience. And Worf's response, Captain, my universal translator must be malfunctioning. Did you just say beep around and find out? Elon Musk, who I think is still at least mildly feuding with Trump. I've kind of given up on caring about that particular topic, but credit where credit is due. Trump has successfully resolved several serious conflicts around the world. Donald Trump. My representatives had a long and productive meeting with the Israelis in Gaza. Israel has agreed to a 60-day ceasefire, and we all know it's just kind of all over the place. But anyway, he's trying to get peace. So there it is. Kiffness is coming to London on the 10th of December. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. If you're in London, which I'm sure all of you are, feel free, buy some tickets to the Kiffness. He's awesome. I do want to see him one of these days. I'll probably be 90. Gorilla's random thoughts. This is the depravity of the people who have never been punched in the face for the crap they spew. Texas tornado. Cannot believe people like this actually exist. Vile, disgusting human beings. Somebody named Mrs. Butters. Rut-row, Texas. What you gonna do? There's no FEMA to pick up your bootstrap. They gave it all to ICE. Juca, Texas deserves every flood God has spoken, and it hates Texas because, yeah, okay. Usurp the chef. I'm kind of happy that the National Weather Service gave incorrect predictions when it came to how much rain would fall, especially since the best and brightest from that organization were let go due to Doge, Elon, and Trump. Texas deserves the flooding. Ron Filipkowski, the people in Texas voted for government services controlled by Donald Trump and Greg Abbott. That is exactly what they are getting. This gentleman here, good. I'm glad. Did it take Rogan with it too? I can only hope. Texas deserves it. It's God's will, of course. That's what God would have wanted, right, Republicans? Ha ha ha. My empathy for these redneck rejects states is zero, so blank them. I hope more comes. Let's start the hurricane. Samurai Barbie, cry harder. Texas deserves it. Just some guy. It's not awful. It's what Texas deserves. Grumpig, here was Greg Abbott's chance to look intelligent. Instead, he starts by invoking God. God may not exist. And if he does, he sent the flooding. And if there's any place that deserve it, it's the hellhole of Texas. Fletcher Williams, I Second Games, shared this one. Don't worry. Pam Bondi confirms The Winds of Winter was also sitting on her desk waiting to be reviewed. That, of course, would be the next book that George R.R. Martin would either finish the series with or at least continue it. I'm pretty sure this is Photoshop, but either way, Nerdrotic, A Dance with Dragons was released 14 years ago today. That was July the 12th. So there it is. Pointless, and I guess some of it was partisan things that Curtis has found on Twitter. And now let's call it a stream. But first, we're going to finish up with the chat, which is like blown up. Met you with Rosie O'Donnell as a horrible choice for a pet. Oh gosh. Gorilla's random thoughts. Now people need to guess the movie. D. Penzak, that really was good. Thanks for the laugh. Matt Chewood, always nice to hear that. Fletcher Williams, hey, I just quoted you. Huzzah! Welcome, welcome. Have to jam, but leaving a comment and a like for the Lords and Brother. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sci-Fi Sith Dan, Matt Chewood, really. How about Amber Heard, Johnny Depp's ex for a pet dame? I still think it's brilliant that they have Amber Turd blankets for sale. Yes, Gorillas. I am the one who bookmarked one of your posts. What kind of furry crap is that? Oh my. John Potter bonus points for puppy product placement. Metchy with Amber Heard, not house trained as far as I know. Sci-Fi Sit Then, you could get a puppy for your baby girl to be a mother and for you to be a grandpa. What's that, Sci-Fi Sit Then? What? You kids these days. And Gorilla's Random Thoughts, maybe Voldemort should have hidden one of his Horcruxes on Pam Bondi's desk. I have decided that, yes, whatever we don't want found should be hidden on Pam Bondi's desk. Okay, we've hit the hour mark, and I have chores to do, and other people have streams to do, so I will call it a stream. Let's get that wonderful classic soft pro music going for when I start my OnlyFans page. Thank you very much for the comments, for the thumbnail, and for the intro music that you've done for me, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Hope all of you check him out. Later on today is going to be doing a mystery movie, and I will hopefully be doing my random scoring system for him in the chat. I would love to be in the panel, but I think I'll probably be distracted by shiny objects. Oh, and I have a poll. Let's finish that poll. Scooby, Scooby, Scooby-Doo, Scooby, Scooby, Scooby-Doo. Finish the poll and keep out the devil. Yes, from now on, I'm going to have to bring up those goals quicker. But it looks like half of you are conservative. So 4 of you are conservative. 3 of you voted for Kanye. 1 of you is a Democrat. Nobody in my chat is a liberal. There's a classical liberal, so I'm going to assume that you either clicked on the Democrat or something else, but it is all good. Everyone's welcome here, except for trolls, violent people who just want to cause problems. But all the people that I've seen in the chat are wonderful, wonderful people. I've got to figure out why my computer's doing this. Anyway, Scooby, Scooby, Scooby-Doo, StreamYard, right here. Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. Oh, check her out. She's got many wonderful interviews. She's got music. She's got books written and writing on them. She has a wonderful channel, a wonderful community. Please go check her out. Deep and Zach, hello there. Thank you very much for the kind comments. Railway Nation Gaming Clips, thank you for the kind comment, and check him out as well. As his name says, he's got gaming clips. They are fun and well done. I need to take some notes on editing from him. We have a Matt Cheatwood, farmer extraordinaire. He is raising dogs, pigs. I don't think he's selling any of them, at least not at this point, but he's raising them, and when the crap hits the fan, I think he will be one of the ones who's eating the best. Oh, I never did. Oh, yeah, I said the joke. Next time, I'm going to announce the goal earlier and save the joke for when I meet my goal. I'm not getting on to you guys. I'm just upset that I failed to bring it up sooner. Oklahoma Boomer Sooners. Sci-Fi Sit Down. Thank you for your comments. And check out his channel. He does some really spiffy sci-fi stuff. And he also often hangs out with gorillas on his panels and movie watches. So check out Sci-Fi Sit Down. Another pillar of the community here, John Ponterero, musician extraordinaire, and often he lends his guitar playing and musical talents to good and worthy causes. So God bless you. I hope you are doing well. John Ponterero is also pretty liberal as far as salt goes. And I am too. I'm sure I'm getting to that age where I need to stop it, but I have everybody. It feels like, yes, Fletcher Williams, who sucks at games, but not at thumbnails. Yeah, he has to jam, but also check him out, and he's trying to get some watch hours to get monetized. So y'all help me out, please. Help another brother from another mother out there. He promoted me to Viceroy, and I can't say how honored I am about that. So go check him out, listen to his stuff. He has a take on the Hispanic and the Catholic community, but it's a very intelligent, very graceful take. So go check him out. Streams, check them out. Streams, check it out. All right, let's check on the last comments and then call it a stream. Matt Cheewood, damn it, stop calling me out for trolling and being violent. Jump on Herrera is a Pelosi biopic at Gorillas. Gorillas is broke till Tuesday night. No, I'm not getting on to you guys. I promise you that. I should have brought it up earlier. I would have loved to have picked a goal like smaller, but I jumped right from 1 to 5. I wanted to do a two chat goal, but anyway, it is what it is. And John Ponderero is a recliner. Well, I don't have any cool things to say for the end of Northern Oklahoma, except to say hello to Resolute Germ at the very end of the show, and also check him out. He has some wonderful watch parties and often does some wonderful things with Gorillas community, and Gorillas is ending the stream with Kid learned the lesson about looking at tubes before brushing teeth. She put hydrocortisone cream on her toothbrush. Good thing I caught her right away. Oh, holy crap. That does not sound good. All right. Well, I hope all of you have a wonderful evening, and I hope that all of you please fall in love with Northern Oklahoma. Have a great evening.